What's up, everybody? Welcome to the, what are we at here? 87th episode. We got a pretty busy week here. We got to talk about the Capcom Pro, obviously, which is something that's really good for the community. We also have Final Round coming up this weekend, so we're going to be joined in about 2-3 minutes with Shin Blanca, a.k.a. Larry. Well, actually Larry, a.k.a. Shin Blanca. Talk about what's going on, what the Capcom Pro Cup's going to actually do for them. And we're just going to we're going to let it roll today. So let me start off. Let me start off with the quick sponsors. So basically, we got UltraSpec Cable, Bifuteki, MKServer.ru, Awesome Smack, Put That Back, which is Chris Bahn, Pro PC Gaming. Chris Bahn, by the way, will be co-hosting again with us tonight. We got MKU, VXG, Combat Network, our good old buddy Triforce at Empire Arcadia, MKBible.org. Also, we have dynamic beadwork for your 8-bit graphics and jewelry. Curtis over there does a great job. He's always at the events. He'll be down at Final Round, I'm sure, banging out some work for you guys, so definitely go check him out. And then we also got the boys over at Revolution Gaming, helping streaming, set up tournaments, sponsoring players. Go check them out too, Revolution Gaming at over on Facebook. And last but not least, the boys at ESGN.
Fight Nights, only on ESGN TV.
So guys, you got Fight Night. They changed their hours to make it more convenient for people in the States to check it out. Let's try to get their numbers up. I definitely think they're an asset to this community. With that, let me go and briefly talk. Obviously, Final Round's coming up this weekend. And, Larry's put in hard work as he always does, trying to bring you guys exactly what you want. And his work is paid off as he's a Capcom Pro Premier, which means points will be awarded for Capcom players. And with that, let me get this one going. All right, guys, and we're now joined by Shin Blanca. Shin, what's up, man?
What's good, everybody?
So let me start by saying, obviously, I know you put a hell of a lot of work into your events every year, year after year. It looks like it's paid off now a little bit with the Capcom Pro guys making you a premier. What does that mean for people out there right now that are Street Fighter players?
Well, basically, finally, something has happened that normally wouldn't happen. A developer has come to a grassroots event, well, multiple grassroots events, and just said, hey, we want to try to do this league and see if you want to be a part of it. So this is a step in the right direction. Hopefully, other game developers will follow suit. Basically, with the Capcom Cup, the Capcom Pro Tour, we have, I guess, final round is their inaugural event. You kick everything off, and everyone that comes, I guess you will have a ranking system, pool system of points, and whoever wins that's going to get a dump truck load of points that will be tallied up at the end of the season, kind of like a Rambat season. Like anybody that's ever been to, a local event that has a Rambat system, it usually goes off a point system. And whoever collects the most amount of points, will be seeded properly. So it kind of promotes you to attend events. Now, what events, this, that, and the other, and how it gets seeded, I have no idea how they want to sort all that out. I just know that they chose final round to do it. I really appreciate it. And I hope people come out, and support. I mean, this could be a giant step in the right direction for not just, Street Fighter, but it could trickle down into other games, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully this league is a success this year.
I mean, I've been touting and screaming out there. I know people sometimes think I scream a little too loud, but again, I put it out there to everybody that whether you're in anime, NRS, the Namco community, DOA community, you go to an event and you have an opportunity to grow the scene. Even if you're not a die-hard Street Fighter player, the better the turnout, the better it makes the community as a whole look. And it's going to look more appetizing, not only to Capcom, but it's going to open up eyes to other people that are out there, like NRS and, the DOAs, which, these companies have done support, obviously over the past. But it kind of ups the ante on the developer side to say, hey, if Capcom's doing this, we don't want to be the one that looks like the one that doesn't care.
Yeah. And I mean, that in lies the politics of it. I don't know much about that. I'm just Larry who try to run a tournament for people down, around the country, man. That's all I'm trying to do. But with this opportunity, I saw it as a way to possibly lead to something that could be special in the future. Now, with that being said, with that comes a great responsibility. I mean, your tournament, you always want to have a great tournament and stuff like that. But a lot of pressure is going to be put on people who are a part of this to make sure that this doesn't go wrong, you know what I'm saying? Because in my eyes, I look at it as a grand opportunity to show how well the grassroots communities could really support a league, and not just in this game, but in all games. So hopefully this is a step in the right direction for everyone's genre or, choice of poison. If you like, MK or Injustice, NRS, if you like Tekken or SoCal, with Namco and so on and so forth, you know what I'm saying? Just like you said, this could open doors for a lot of people's communities.
Now, one of the things that I've noticed is, and I've talked about it on the show, and Alex Vi was actually talking about it in between the Dota streaming and getting back to Cali, was the way people handle themselves. One of the things I've seen from going to a lot of events is it's okay to have a good time, but you kind of got to step back now and and recognize that the camera's rolling, and the perception that people are going to get at the event is the perception that's going to get blanketed across the whole community. So,
go ahead. I'm sorry, James.
We've talked about it on the show. We've actually come up with like a 10 commandments, if you will.
10 commandments.
They're pretty solid. I mean, one of them is don't put 35 guys in a room. Don't put. I mean, 4 or 5 guys, because it comes back to you guys. A lot of people don't realize that. When we all go home and we grab our controllers and get on our planes and get in our cars, you guys are the ones that hear it from the hotels of, hey,
yes,
350 guys were pissing off of a balcony. A fire alarm got pulled. This room smelled like marijuana. So I mean, it's like, as a community, this mentality of, well, I paid to come to an event, I do what I want to do, has got to change. People got to actually represent themselves as if they were being a professional.
James, you know what, man? That is an excellent point. But you know what? I generally don't cast what I have to do in the aftermath or before onto the community, because I think that's, TO stuff, and that stuff should be taught amongst ourselves. But I'm pretty glad that you brought that up, because a lot of people don't understand those little subtleties. It's other things that we could talk about for days and days, but it's not just we just go to a hotel, hey, give them some money, and then plop, here's a major. I'm saying there's a lot of things that goes into it, and for us to keep operating, and these hotels want us to come back. I mean, if there's a lot of craziness, like craziness, then their general manager looks and say, okay, is this worth us having this event here? So, we love the people that come and, compete every year at our events, because that's what we do it for. You know what I'm saying? So you guys come and enjoy yourselves. That's fine. But don't get too crazy.
Yeah.
That's all.
I mean, it's again, they don't have the FGC. We got every other kind of day. How come there ain't a TO Appreciation Day? Because people don't realize, and I know now you're sitting on the other end blushing, but reality is this: the work that you guys put in does not really get brought to the surface by the players saying, hey, you know what? You could very easily go do your 9 to 5 and go home to your wife and kids, and it ends there.
Yeah.
Now, again, we're not going to talk about money or any of this. If you make money, it ain't nobody's business. What you do is what you do. But you put in the work to do it. And at the end, you are doing it for the community.
Yes. I did this so long, man. It was wild that I wasn't getting anything, or being in the red. Luckily, I have a beautiful wife that stood behind me all these years, that helped me grow this. And so for me, it's a passion of mine. It's not just a hobby. And you can kind of tell who this is just a hobby for, and who it isn't. I would hope that everybody has this really in their heart to do, so it won't bring a negative light, or they just won't quit on it when the going get rough. Because, I've taken beatings over my, career, people trying to talk this, that, and the other about final round. But all you can do is just try to work hard, improve your craft, and try to grow the community the best way you can.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, as far as, from what I see, and I'm not going to point at this one and this one and say you do a better job than him.
Yeah,
everybody.
That's not necessary.
No,
yeah.
I mean, look, me and Alex, Jeb Bailey, we don't see eye to eye on a lot of things, but I cannot take away from the fact that he puts a hell of an effort and does a great job with his event. I can honestly say the events that have disappeared are the events that you kind of got to say, well, that's where the effort really wasn't put in. I mean, you've been going how many years now?
This will be my 17th year for final round, but I threw tournaments before that, so I'm pretty much 20 years.
So let's say
game.
20 years in the game.
Yeah,
now.
basically.
So I mean, 20 years in the game, and you continue to do it. You continue to give to the community. You know, they got to have a Shin Blanca award.
No, there's no need for that, man. Only need is people support your local communities and support your local tournaments. I know that online is great, and it's great to sit at home in your draws and, you know, play against your friends across the nation. But please support, you know, your events, your local events, and your major events, because this is the lifeblood of your community. You know what I'm saying? Unless you just want to be a whole bunch of online gamers, you know what I'm saying? Then, which is not bad. You know, not saying that it's bad, but I'm just saying the lifeblood of this community is our offline tournaments. Please support them, because we're here to support you guys.
And plus, you know, I mean, guys, you play guys online for X amount of years. Your opportunity to actually meet the other person on the other end, that human interaction with people, is the only place you're going to get that is at these events.
Yes.
You know, so, I mean, you know, after 20 years, I can't even imagine how many people have come and gone through your event. You know?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, it's really, I get real enjoyment out of seeing, you know, guys that used to be like 12 and 10, like Anakin, for example. Anakin used to come to my local arcade tournaments, and his dad used to bring him, and he had a footstool because he was too little to stand up to the arcade cabinet and play with the bigger kids. But he had talent. You see this little kid who need a footstool to get up and play. I know he's going to be pissed that I'm telling this story. But, I mean, to see him and see him now to be one of the best players in the world just fills me with joy, because I feel like I help, you know what I'm saying, cultivate and nurture his competitive nature. You know what I'm saying? Of course, his skill level took over. I'm not taking no credit for that. But, I mean, at an early age, he had an outlet. Hey, I'm finna go to Market Square Mall and compete in this guy's tournament, you know, against the older kids. You know, so, I mean, seeing stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, really warms my heart, you know.
I actually have one of those little guys, too, and his name is Long Island Joe.
Okay, that's what's up.
Long Island Joe used to come in. His father used to bring him into our arcade and he would stand on a stool. He had a lot more hair back then.
Yeah.
And same thing, you know. And I see somebody like him and where he's come to now, and you know, it feels good to say, like, you know, I ain't saying I had a direct correlation into him becoming a TO, but to see that he stuck this out, that outlet was there, and that he grew in the community from when a community wasn't even a community at the time.
Yeah.
You know, there is a sense of reward with that.
Well, that's good, man. I appreciate it, because, you know, of course, he's part of TFC. So shout out, you know, to Eric and Joe on that. And yeah, I mean, definitely, you know, you never know how you're going to touch someone's lives, you know what I'm saying, whatever you do. I'm just glad that I'm able to meet, you know, such great people in the FGC, through the FGC, you know what I'm saying. I met a lot of great people, and I mean, I wouldn't trade it for anything. I know a lot of people like, this just, you know, this, that, and the other. But, you know, I met a lot of great people. Also, speaking of great people, we will have a small moment of silence for Nelson Reyes and Richard Warren at final round at the beginning of the proceedings. I just want to do that. On the back of each badge, competitor badge, we will have their likeness and, you know, words of respect. So everyone that comes will receive that. Just a token from me so people can remember our fallen friends. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. For me, final round's like a family reunion.
Exactly.
So when someone passes, you know what I'm saying, like that, I want to pay respects. Also, something just came across my desk earlier today. A gentleman named, hold on, I think it's Deron Whitaker. I'm trying to find his name right now. I know his first name is Duron, but it's Durron. He's from Alabama. His mother just died like today. So his friend messaged me on Facebook and said, "Hey man, we need a refund. Is it possible?" I was like, "Dude, why are you asking me that?" You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, I mean, why you even ask me that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sure, that's no problem. You know what I'm saying? You know, just send condolences to him. I know he's torn up. I wish I had a chance 2 years ago to, just go away, but I had final round 2 days later. So when my mom passed, so I had to tough through that. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. So please, everybody I know you don't even know him. I really don't know him, but the guy was coming to final round. He's from the Southeast community, and he cared enough to pre-register and wanted to come out, and such a tragedy happened to him 2 days before final round, so I mean, you guys just give a shout out to the man and just hold him in your thoughts or whatever. But yeah, I just wanted to say that. I'm sorry, I ain't even tell you about it.
Really what this show is about. I mean, if you can get me some info, I mean, I don't know if he's got a donation drive going or anything to help out with the family.
I don't know either, man. I don't even think he's online, and I wouldn't imagine he would be with this happening just so quick. Hopefully, the friend of his may or may not get word of this. If he do, then whatever we can do, I'm for it. I'm down like 4 fat tires. I mean, if someone goes down like that, if you have a chance to help them, then help them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's just how I am. Speak plain like.
I'm in the same. I'm in the same boat. I mean, like I said, I know I get a little, crazy from time to time, but reality is, I ain't out to hurt nobody. If anybody needs, if somebody turns around and says, "Look, I lost my shoe," I'll give you my shoe. I don't care. You know, whatever it takes to make somebody else's life better. And it's sad because, it's a lot of people are losing, a lot of people this like last 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, the FGC's taking hits left and right. And, again, something I've reiterated on the show, guys, I may smoke like a chimney at times, but I'm still trying to do the vapor thing to get off of the smoking. But guys got to take care of themselves.
Yeah.
If you look in the mirror and go, I don't like the way I look, odds are then there's a problem, and you gotta, I'm not telling you to go to the gym every day and work out, but try to eat healthier instead of driving up the block to the store, maybe walk it, but guys gotta, keep an eye on their health, and it's sad because, here I am, 44 years old, and I see kids that are passing away.
Yeah, man, that's a sad thing, man. Yeah, I'm 39, and to see kids, especially, Richard, I watch him, grow up around the scene in my area. I remember Nelson when he was younger, skinnier, with longer hair. So, things like that, man, people touch you in different ways. So, you just got to be out there and make sure that you live your life the best way you can, and live it to the fullest. Don't have no regrets, You live with regrets. I mean, that's just not good, man. So that's why I'm still doing this, man. I was like, I want to see where this goes.
For me, my regret of back in the day, I was supposed to play ball, and I was supposed to basically play pro ball.
Okay.
And typically same attitude I have now I had then. I told my coach to go fuck himself. That pretty much ended my baseball career. And then at 30 years old, I decided to just say, fuck it, let me go to a tryout, open tryout. I got picked up by a team in Selma, Alabama, actually. The Selma Clover Leagues in the Southern League. I played a year down there, and I said, you know what? I can close that what-if book. Now, of course, I said I'm not going to be they say it takes like 3-4 years unless you're a pitcher. So 3-4 years to move up to the next level. I said by the time I move up to that level, if I even get there, I'm going to be like 39. I said, there ain't no 39-year-old rookies coming into Major League Baseball. But
they made a movie of him, didn't they?
Well, again, a pitcher.
Yeah. No, actually, that's funny. My nephew's in the minor leagues with Detroit.
And it's
Tigers.
and it's a great thing, I mean, it's every kid's dream that goes up playing sports is to obviously be a pro player. And for myself, I did it, and then after that year, I said, you know what, I live in reality. I was making $480 a month, and I traveling around all over the place. The only cool thing about it is John Henry Williams, Ted Williams' son, was on my team.
Okay, that's what's up.
So I got to actually hang out with the son of Ted Williams, and actually drive his van. Because I don't know if you remember, the son froze the father's head when he passed away.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, it was a little wacky. But the son passed away like 2 years later.
Okay.
But
that's crazy.
Yeah, you know what it was? I mean, I'll be honest, we all did our experimenting to make ourselves better. And we used to go into like stores like GNC, and we'd buy ephedra, whatever we can get our hands on. And this guy's buying like seaweed and kelp, and we're looking at him like, dude, that's not going to help you in any way, shape, or form. Apparently, he had leukemia the whole time.
Okay.
And he was just basically trying to keep the leukemia down, in an herbal way. And eventually, like I said, he wound up losing that battle, unfortunately. But all right, now I got to get off the sadness.
Yeah, let's get off the sadness. Let's get off the sadness, man.
Let's go to final round.
The hype.
Yes.
Let's get to the hype.
What can we expect at final round, and what rules, if any, that are out there that you feel that the community has to kind of focus on? A, for yourself to make your event run good, and B, to keep us looking good in the graces of Capcom.
Well, first of all, I appreciate everybody that pre-registered. We had like over 800 people pre-registered this year. So shouts out to everybody that pre-registered for final round. That's one of the main things that help us as organizers. If you guys pre-register, and normally when we first open registration, I know it's so far off an event, you're not thinking about it. But like, I always open registration, you know what I'm saying, probably between 8 months in advance. And when I first open it, it's in intervals of, okay, well, since it's so early, you can pay $30 and basically $20 discount from what the door would be, just to try to get people to pre-register early, save a lot more money, to have more money in your pocket, you know what I'm saying? And that helps us get the pools and all that crap done that everybody wants to see in the first place. Like pre-registration, to me, besides people being tardy to pools, pre-registration is by far the most important thing that a person that's attending an event could do to help the organizer. We could close pools like we did, close registration 2 weeks before, and we can use a whole week dedicated to making the pools. And then after we do that, we release them. And if there's some really egregious things, then we can move some things around, make sure that it's not, not too messed up and unbalanced and stuff like that. But we try to get people from those communities to look at the pools. So look at the lists, make a pool, and then what we try to do is try to make no conflicts of pools during our event. You know what I'm saying? Because people like to play in multiple games. So what we as Final Round LLC try to do is take those names, put them into a system. And if anyone has a conflict, we may move them in another pool to try to keep the conflicts down. Because if you prepaid to be in the tournament and you want to play in multiple games to enjoy the tournament, we're not going to punish you for playing in multiple games. Now, obviously, this is very tedious. And sometimes the people who help us out with the pools get upset because things got changed because they had a perfect pool. But me doing this so long, there is no such thing as a perfect pool, a perfect bracket. The best thing you can do, especially for people that prepaid to be in here, is try to give them the common courtesy of making sure that they don't have any kind of possibility of being DQ'd. So that's my main thing. Like, pre-registration is key. Registering at the door is just like I call it, emergency. You know what I'm saying? It's emergency registration. It's not, that's when you're supposed to register. If you can register early, if you can pay your buddy to register early, if you don't have a PayPal account, you can get him the money, he can register you. You know what I'm saying? Any way you can do it, that really helps the tournament organizer properly make pools, make the schedule, everything. He can estimate how many people he's going to have, how many pools he need to have, how many systems he need to have available. I mean, seriously. Like, before we was doing pre-register, we would just run around with our heads cut off, with chickens with our heads cut off, seriously.
I mean, pre-registering, again, this is, something that we've been saying on the show for a while. Guys got to understand, you have enough as a TO to worry about than to worry about, a 200-man game turnout and 65 of them didn't pre-reg, and now you guys are running around trying to redo all brackets and everything, with only like an hour or two before this thing's supposed to start.
Yep.
And it just makes life more difficult. With that said, I got to be one of those pain in the asses. Since I cannot show up, my company actually bought my plane ticket back, which was actually kind of cool of them. Okay. But I do have a couple of players that are going there that I want to take care of their venue fee and their the games that they're playing.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously it's closed, but I don't know if I can give it to you or have them. I'm trying to make it easier for you.
Okay. All right. Here's what they do. What day are they getting in? Because basically, this is what we do. We have early registration on Thursday between 12 noon and 5 o'clock for people who have pre-registered for their badge. They could come pick up their badge and do what they want to, then come back on Friday and just walk in when we open the doors. At 5 o'clock to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have our first registration at the door for any game that you want to, badges, everything. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's a 4-hour block on that Thursday for those that get in. On Saturday, I get up at the butt crack of dawn and have everything set up and ready for 8 o'clock a.m. for people to get up and be there and register at the door. And we run it all the way to 12 noon. And we give ourselves a 2-hour cushion between 12 and 2. We close pools, we close registration at 12. We still have people in line. Of course, we're going to let those people sign up. But once that line is gone, we're entering people in pools, and we got to do it because I'll tell you, one year, final round 15, when my mother passed, we had 800 sign up, and then we had 800 at the door. And that was, we had, I'll give you this, we had 212 people pre-register, and we ended up with 413 people or 418 people, something crazy like that in Street Fighter, and 403 people in Marvel. So yeah, forget every bracket that you made. Just rip it up
and do it all over
and wipe your butt with it. Yeah, exactly. So pre-registration is pretty much the key to having a happy and harmony type event run on time, basically. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. That and people know it, and people bathing. That's a problem too, but we won't get into
You know what? It's one of the 10 commandments.
Okay. That's a good commandment.
It is. I'm going to send you what not me, what the people that come to the show had actually, and this is why I like the interaction with everybody, is because some of these people who might be actual culprits of stinkitis are the same ones sometimes saying, well, hey, people got to bathe. And I'm like, really? You're going there? But, the people that actually go to the events are the ones that were chiming in on this and saying, this is something that they should focus on. Obviously, the pre-reg was one of them, believe it or not. The bathing was another one. The staying 95 people in a room. Obviously, the violence, the stealing, stuff that's just outright not tolerable.
Oh, I got one. What about the people trolling who's never been to an event but always have an opinion about people's events? That right there, the armchair quarterback that doesn't go out but always have an opinion about someone's event, that right there is very negative towards a scene. They may not have all of the facts. I see a lot of that going around. I don't speak on things, but I see it. And those type of things, what I'm saying? Some people need attention, and that's fine, what I'm saying? But if you really think that you're helping your scene, step back and say that to yourself and then think, oh, would I like that person talking to me in that manner about something that I'm trying to do? And if your answer is yes, you're either delusional or you like to talk to yourself and you agree with yourself, so whatever. Either way. But no, I mean, seriously, that's kind of a problem. It defeats all purposes, what I'm saying, of things. And we all want to make the community grow. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the goal. We all enjoy this. Everybody wants to get higher payouts and this, that, and the other. The Capcom Pro Tour is a step in the right direction. People may not agree on other aspects of it, but to me, I really feel that this is the first step in many steps on things happening for this community, not just for Capcom, but for other, genre of fighting games. Or maybe I'm just being, optimistic about it.
I mean, this is their shot. I mean, again, I when I say this is their shot, I personally am not a top player. My day is come and gone. I'm happy just to be able to get up on time for the event, let alone actually perform well at it.
Yeah.
But my whole thing is that it's your opportunity that you've all been asking for is here. A developer is taking an interest, which can hopefully grow more, as far as, who they bring in. If they bring in other people down the road, like say Coca-Cola or, other sponsors and stuff, they're going to be the one that can do it. Because you know what? As much as the 20 years experience as you've got there, I don't know who you know. I mean, Coca-Cola is down there, but do you know anybody that's going to say, hey, you know what, Larry? We're going to just throw you a quick $75,000 for your event. Just because it ain't exactly.
Nah, if I did, then everybody would be rejoicing because there'll be a lot of... But no, exactly what you're saying, James. That's exactly those doors can be opened by a major corporation like Capcom that I could never get into, not until I made those inroads, you know what I'm saying? Either by chance or if someone at one of those corporations gave Final Round LLC a chance. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, if you're not in the industry in that manner, then you do need a boost from a major corporation like Capcom. And I just think that this is a great opportunity that I'm glad to be a part of.
Yeah, I mean, I agree 190%. So, you know, all y'all out there in the Ask FM universe that's throwing me all those lovely messages that everybody kept messaging me, just let the troll. And I just, you know when you just can't let them get the last word? I just had to keep feeding it. And I think it went on, no exaggeration, maybe 12, 16 hours. While I was working, I actually went voice to text to make it easier to respond.
Okay.
You know, this way I can actually work at the same time I'm listening to this. And it just goes off on all these different levels. And I'm going, look, again, like you were saying about the armchair quarterbacks, you know, you don't know me. You can judge me. Everybody can judge me.
Yeah.
But, you know, what I feel the community needs is what's going on. And I've told it to other people. I was playing Street Fighter, and I was probably the guy that knocked your father off of the Street Fighter cabinet where he met your mom, knocked boots, made you. Therefore, I'm responsible for you even being here. I said, because I was playing Street Fighter when it was the 2-button with the air hoses where you had to get a 4-year degree just to be able to do a fireball.
Or you just had to beat the 2 big buttons into submission. You know?
Yeah. And that's why and believe it or not, that's why they changed the layout. Because it was because they kept punching the tubes out and the machine was breaking like every other day, so they came up with this 6-button layout.
Exactly.
See that? And an NRS guy that actually has Capcom knowledge.
Yeah. But we're old. We're old, James. Nobody cares about that. You know what I'm saying? They care about their ultras and their
super ultra nitrous.
Yeah. And then their clashes and all that, man. That's what they care about. They don't care about 2 big whack-a-mole buttons.
You know, and it's funny because I remember seeing when I first saw that machine. You know, I mean, obviously my first fighting game was Karate Champ, which was the best balanced game ever. For all these balanced junkies out there, you all had the same thing. The only thing was different was red gi, white gi. Done. Everything else is the same. That's balance. But it's boring. You know,
Yeah, it was.
You know, when people start saying, well, I need this, and this. No, let it be, you know, let the games evolve the way they evolve. You know, I'm not a Marvel fan, but I'll tell you this. After Capcom Cup, I started playing Marvel.
Okay.
You know, now I'll tell you straight up, I suck ass.
Okay.
But I made a bet with PR Rog that I'm going to make top 32 at Evo for $100.
Why?
Because I told him he has to make top 8 in Injustice.
Oh, okay. So
that way I get a wash just in case. Okay. Now my luck, he'll win Evo.
Exactly. Then you're gonna have the salt face.
Yeah, I definitely will. But I'm trying to play it. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to tell everybody that, you know, this weekend is gonna be a great weekend. I hope you guys, if you can't make it out, please watch Teen Spooky, Funky P, Capcom Fighters. They'll be streaming all the Street Fighter. So you guys watch that for the Capcom Pro Tour. They'll be handling that. We got my man Shock coming down with Combat Network. He will be streaming all of Mortal Kombat and Injustice. Then the top 8 will be on Spooky Stream on Sunday. So, and we got 645 with the anime. So that's your lineup for Final Round 17, shawty. I hope you guys enjoy yourself. There's plenty of stuff, you know, to watch and We'll have Curly Mustache. Shout outs to my man Mike, IFC Yipes. All these teams trying to represent and show who's the best in that Marvel. And of course, we got to have the Tekken 5v5, you know what I'm saying? So that's going to be stacked. Also, Ryan Hart just hit me up saying he's catching the first thing smoking over the final round since he had such a great time last year. So I was like, oh, wow. So that was out of the blue. So all you guys asking, hey, who's coming? I don't know. I mean,
They show up.
I don't know until they register or show up. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, oh, well. Also, he was like, hey, I really want to come. Can I still register? I was like, as long as you get here before Friday on noon, you're good, man. I said, don't fly over here if you can't. He was like, oh, no, I get in on Thursday. I was like, okay, well, you're good.
Damn, that's good stuff.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's just another. He's trying to win Street Fighter. You know, he came so close last year. So he's trying to win that this year. You know what I'm saying? He's going to enter Tekken and Street Fighter and Cross Tekken and KOF. So you guys get to see him back in action over here in the States.
Yeah. I'm rooting for Street Fighter for final round. I'm 100% in. I want Ricky to win. I want Ricky to win. Ricky at Winter Brawl, knocking on the door, you know. And I just said, you know,
oh, where your K-Brad? Where your East Coast love, man?
I don't get me wrong. I love K-Brad, but I keep seeing Ricky get there and then fall short.
Oh, Ricky's a beast.
You know, and it's like these guys are coming out now, and again, today it's Ricky, tomorrow it's Brad, but Brad's been on a fucking tear.
Yeah. K-Brad has been killing it, man. I mean, seriously, he's playing at a very high level right now. So I really am interested to see, because the Infiltration is coming to final round. Actually, he's been pre-registered for a month and a half.
Damn.
So that's just funny, you know what I'm saying?
I guess he's gunning for K-Brad.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, man, so let's see if K-Brad can, you know, do a back-to-back on Matrix. You know what I'm saying? Not too many people in the fighting game community have done that in any genre of fighter. So let's see if that happens. Thank you, James, for having me on, man. Always an honor to talk with you, brother. So...
Oh, and you know, you're always welcome here. And then you got American Chris had actually popped this out there. You know, okay. Why don't we have me, you, and all the Chen and all the rest of the old people do a show where it's a round table of just the old people.
Oh, I like that.
You know, I mean that's
old
something
grumpy fighting game there. Yeah.
I think that's something that could actually be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I like that idea. Well, just hit me up when you want to do it, man. I'm down. You know what I'm saying? You know, my work hours is crazy, but I'll make time for you, bro.
Beautiful. Like I said, I apologize. You know I was jonesing to come down there.
No problem, man. No problem.
It kills me because I'm like, you know, this is the second one that I missed back-to-back now. And both of them for the same reason. Goddamn job, you know? Goddamn job.
It'll be plenty more. Don't worry about it. And for everybody who couldn't make it out this year, I understand, you know what I'm saying? If you had prior engagements or whatever, you know, ain't no hard feelings or anything like that. You know, I just hope you can make it out next year, because there will be another one. I'll probably announce it like 3 weeks after this one, so where we gonna have it and dates and all that good stuff. Thank you for having me on. Thank you to all you know, OBS Street Monsters. And I'll holler at y'all later.
All right, man. Good luck this week.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
All righty, man.
All right. Peace.
Okay. Let me add my boy Chris in here. Answer your phone. Yo.
What's up?
What's going on, sir?
Chilling.
I got to translate my message here a second for my Chinese girlfriend, just friend, because she doesn't speak English.
Is her name Chun-Li?
No, actually, it's Lily.
All right, no problem.
God, I get it. I get it. And I miss you. Damn, I think I might be tickling her pickle or something.
Good stuff.
It's
This
kind
is
of,
pretty god because you're talking to him, and then you're calling me, and I was like, yo, this guy cloned himself.
all right. There we go. All right. So anyway, guys, we're joined by Chris. Obviously, you put that back. One of the masterful photographers that are out there shooting these events. Obviously, you're going to be down at the final round, correct?
That is correct.
Unfortunately, I will not, which it really pisses me off. I was
Yeah.
all gung ho about going too.
Yep.
So let's go right to you. What do you think about this Capcom Pro League?
Oh man, this is something that obviously our mutual friend both spoke of about 2014 and stuff. And then when Twitch first hinted about this big epic news and everyone's like trying to take a hit in it, and then we find out, it's like, wow, really? And like Larry was just saying, it's a big deal for Capcom for as long as they've been to come and do this. Really says a lot about the potential of a grassroots organization being able to work with a big company like Capcom. That's very significant. So I'm really hype about that. I'm very optimistic about what this can lead to. They couldn't have picked a better venue to first kick it off, being final round. Shout outs to everything that Larry does. And obviously I know that he will potentially look to branch out with, Big E and go from there. I mean, but the fact that they're starting off with that says a lot. So everyone that's coming out to the event should really help to put their best foot forward, make it a good look. And because, I mean, if it bombs and stuff, then we only have ourselves to blame.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, at this point, and again, it's, I am not going to spend the whole night. I mean, I heard people sending me, I don't know if you saw the Ask FM messages that were floating yesterday.
Nah.
It was pretty, in my layman terms, it was some fucked up stuff.
Right.
And, it just aggravated me that before I even saw the Combo Fiend video, I was getting messages of haha fucker, see what the Capcom community is doing. And I'm going, I've never put myself out there as the representative of NRS. I'm the representative of me.
Right.
I mean, if you want to come join my league, it's the league of me. And I do what I want to do, and I say what I want to say. It's not every minute of me turning around. I don't have to do a whole show of me going fuck, everybody suck my dick, you suck ass. It's just not. It's not the way I want to do it.
The thing is, you have to understand. I mean, I've known you for like a while now, and even before then, there were people that did the things like the way you would carry on. But the thing is, we both have to understand is that there's always going to be people that love to hate. They love to see you miserable. They love to just complain. And at the same token, you also have to understand that if you're trying to develop yourself and cater and develop, the image has to change. So when you do that type of 180 or 360 or whatever and stuff, most people they just look at it. They just say, "Look, you know what? Like, who does this guy think he is?" And it's just pointless bickering and whatnot. Like, you're never going to totally satisfy people because there's always going to be that small demographic that just bitches.
Oh yeah, I mean, sometimes I feel like, people send me messages because, like, I don't know, maybe they're tossing and turning in their sleep.
Well, they like to get a rise out of you. That's all. You know?
And but they don't understand is. They think that I'm getting all, like, really pissed.
Right.
I mean, if I send a message telling you I want to stab you in the neck and fucking screw the hole,
yeah.
Do you really think that's how I think? It's like, I know when somebody's trolling at me, I'm trolling back.
Yeah.
And they get, now you're getting mad. Oh, you look like you're 50 years old. Oh, I'm 44, so that's kind of close. So it's pretty damn good.
Right.
You're an old motherfucker. Oh, yeah, I was born in 1970, so yeah, I'm kind of old. And then again, it comes back to, the terms. that are used in some of these trollings. You know, I mean, I had one person say something like, "You're gonna go to jail and get fucked in the ass by 60 niggers." Really, you're gonna say that to me? And then you're gonna wonder why Capcom doesn't want nothing to do with you guys? You know, for a guy. I mean, here's something that's very important. For a guy who's been accused of being "quote unquote" homophobic, I have never used the word faggot, you know, to describe anything. Right. And then yet I'm getting messages from these people, and every other word out of their mouth is, and I'm going, you know, there are gay people that are in this community that do see this, that do take offense. I have never been one that's sitting there saying I want anybody to feel other than whatever they expect to feel coming into this community. But yet you got people that are doing shit like this, and I'm going, call these people out. You know, the whole town came with pitchforks and fire and torches after me, and now it's going on again with Capcom knocking on the door.
I mean, like I said, it's really good to see that that Capcom is doing this. I mean, ever since I've been in the scene, which a lot of people recently figured out on Facebook, you know, I don't know if you saw it, where I just happened to dig up some old photos I had back from my old website pre-PTB, and it was like showing, you know, Joey Queller back when he was, you know, a lot slimmer, and then Jason Cole back when he had a lot more hair. It was like rocking it, and people from Connecticut and Boston. And, you know, even back then, I was a huge advocate of Capcom. Now, obviously, things have changed, but for them to try to come full circle and do this, I mean, at the end of the day, let's be honest, it's a money opportunity for them. It's about corporate image. It's about trying to help develop them to another tier. But at the end of the day, I look at it as like, okay, they're acknowledging where it all began in terms of the fighting game community, and this is their way of reaching out. And like I said, they could not have picked a better venue to start that all with than Final Round. Final Round has been one of the longest running East Coast events. So when I looked at it, like, yeah, there's definitely things I could say about Capcom I don't like, but I'm looking beyond that. I look at it like, okay, this shows growth. You know, so we should all be trying to look at optimistically and saying, hey, great, how can we support this? Well, for starters, go out to the events. And if you can make out the final round, go to final round. If you're going to compete, and just have fun, because there will be people there. There'll probably be other people out in Gamofine that's going to see that, and they're going to look, and they're going to say, is this worth our time? And trust me and stuff, if it would blow up, which I know it's not because Larry's really good at housekeeping, but if it did, they would just pack up and say, well, let's just do something else.
Exactly. And this is what, you know, again, like I said, I reach out to every aspect of this community. If you're an anime guy, you know, so what? Spend $10 and enter Street Fighter. I mean, you all play games. Mm-hmm. Let's be real here. There isn't such a diverse difference in fighting games.
Right.
Where it's like, it's not like, oh my God, how do you do a fireball? Well, a fireball is predominantly done the same in 80% of the fighting games.
Yeah, they were all from Street Fighter games. So whether people like it or not, anyone hate it, and I used to play all those games. I just became a lot more I'm fixated on just one genre. But when I was growing up, I played all those games. I played Tekken and Toshinden and Power Stone and, like, you know, Guilty Gear. I played all that stuff. But now, which I understand, a lot more people just have more specific tastes. But when we start to look at how a lot of these games get no love, I mean, it's sad and stuff that things like, how you call it, Skullgirls and stuff aren't being played anymore.
I agree that
Blaze Blue's not getting played anymore. It's like, man, like, what's, and it's sad, you know. Even though I don't play anymore, I hate seeing that, because I know the cats that made those games, you know, they'd be looking and say, damn, you know what, I took the time to play this game and nobody's supporting it. Yeah. So then they go back to Street Fighter, they go back to Marvel, or they just stick within that group and stuff. I do like, you know, like we talked about last week, I do like that the old games are coming back. You know, like real talk, I would love to see this huge resurgence.
Fchamp,
and speaking of that, I'll come back, because he's all about he's all about the Alpha game. So I love to see that people show love for Alpha. They still show love for ST. They show love for Vampire Slayer, which we really not seeing a big leap on it, but I just like to see that people show love to those games because that's how you gain an appreciation for what we have now. So you can see where it all stems from. And most people, like, the sad thing is they don't go back and revisit where things came from, or where terms came from, or who founded this and that. I think it's really integral to everyone that comes in the scene to at least revisit that. So this way they can really appreciate how far this community has come and why we can take it further. I think if everybody did that, then most people would take a step back and say, damn, you know what? Like, what can I do to help this community not grow stagnant and to go even further? Because it's sad to see that compared to every other genre out there, that we are still one of the most underdeveloped genres. It's a damn shame.
20 years of this. I mean, Larry said it. 20 years he's been doing this, and it's still in the baby steps. And
Yeah,
you know,
and it
you get a
should be
game
that.
like League of Legends that was out for what, a year?
Yep.
About 2 years now.
No, I'm saying a year before it became boomed.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it was.
What's up, Kyle?
What's going on, Chris?
And from a year, it just took off. Meanwhile, here we are 20 years in the making, and we're still arguing over, you know, who do we have to play in pools and a $5 entry fee, or, you know, only a $300 or $400 or $500 third place. And I'm going, wow, really?
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, look, I just entered a tournament at Winter Brawl where it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighter on the Super
Yeah, you
Nintendo.
played that. I remember that.
I mean, I got $10 for taking second place. I mean, you know, it is what it is. You pay your money, you enter, you win, and it is what it is. But to tie in, because I literally just got home and caught the tail end of what Chris was talking about as far as revisiting old games. I think what Arturo's doing and Spooky up in New York and Min with the you know, Too Old Too Furious, I think that's actually helping the scene immensely.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
It's showing where, you know, the roots of all fighting games came from. One, because it's showing you where, you know, tournaments really started. Those are the games that started tournaments. And two, it's showing people that, you know, the games we play nowadays are not are a lot easier than what the games that we used to play. You know, you learn better footsies and you learn better mechanics playing the older games, and then when you can take those and play them in the new game.
Yeah, play your new games way better, and that's pretty much where I was trying to go with that. Like even one of my old proteges and stuff, when I first brought him up, you know, he took it upon himself. It's like, man, let me go back and play ST. Let me go back and play Alpha. And then after he understood how those were, man, he came back an entirely different player. And I really think, like I said, that everyone should take the time to do that, because you of all people know, Kyle, that when people try to step to us in those old games, they get waxed. They like, damn, you know, and they just think it's just because they don't understand the mechanics. Like, nah, man, this game is based on true fundamentals. You either have it or you don't.
You know, it was funny at NEC. You know, I was playing Fchamp and old Street Fighters, and he was like, "Oh my God, you could play Street Fighter!" I'm like, what else was there?
Apparently, you're just a personality.
Well, no, I mean, they all know from Mortal Kombat that I was able to play Mortal Kombat back in the day, but they had no idea that I could play Street Fighter. I'm like, guys, that's all there was before Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you didn't play that, you know.
Yeah, it was either Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter.
Yeah, you know, and it's now, you know, obviously it's a relearning curve for myself, but once I get the gist, you know, I'm back in again. I mean, if of course you go to the Rainbow editions and the weird shit, then I kind of get lost. I don't like focus attacks. But that's my personal preference.
It's a more aggressive type of parry. Like they just didn't want to exactly like rehash the parry system. So this was their way of doing it. Otherwise, it would have been Street Fighter 3 all over again. A lot of people, myself included, when it first came out, when they first launched that at Chinatown Fair, back when it was still open, you know, rest in peace to the old one. And they launched that. This is back when like Eddie Lee was still playing, and guys like OJ and Furby and everybody, they were all playing it. And I was like, man, I was like, I'm not feeling that. And it's just because like I was still dead set on like Alpha and ST. And when Street Fighter 3 came out, even though Chun-Li was godlike in that, I was like, I'm not feeling it because my brain just could not calculate that whole system with parrying. And it wasn't until like actually 4 came out and I went back to it that I learned to like appreciate focus. But I'm still with you where a part of me is just like, you know what, if I could trade focus attacks for alpha counters, then I'd be like, yo, just give me alpha counters or just give me a choice like the way CVS was, you know, where you had the different grooves and stuff. Then I'd be like, okay, cool, I'm feeling this more because I hate this shit with option selects and this retarded form of vortex, which back then we didn't call it vortex, we called it cross-ups. You know, now it's just stupid. But I just tried to be more open-minded with that system because I was like, okay, you know what? Like when I first talked to E and I did the interview with him at Civil War, he put it perfectly. Those days is over. You're not coming back. The only way to come back is if someone like Furby or Min says, you know what? Let's do 2 Furious. Those type of games are not coming back because it's about being more accessible to the mainstream. The company's thinking more about making money. They're not thinking about just catering just to the hardcore audience because it's not just us that contribute to that money. And compared to the mainstream, we're very, very small.
Well, I mean, one of the key things is, you know, originally when fighting games were designed, they were, though there was a two-player functionality, the games were never truly designed for 2-player. It was kind of we're going to throw you a bone and allow you to play these other characters. But reality was they put their focus into a 1-player game. Mm-hmm. So what you see is what you got. It wasn't intended to become this grand competitive scene. It was, you know, this is actually turning out something a lot of people are playing. Let's put a little bit more focus into it. And as the years have gone on, you know, they've seen the crowds grow, obviously with Street Fighter being at the forefront. And it basically got people to the point where Capcom had to step back and go, we got to actually focus on what goes into this game. And then it went from that to, and it went across the board to everybody, from KI on, just make it smashable. Mm-hmm. I could smash buttons and still do well.
I mean, KI, as much as I love KI, I think it's actually a really fun fighting game. Mm-hmm. You have to admit, it's totally a mashable fighter.
Yeah.
I mean, and it sucks because, like, if you played the original KI, I mean, KI 1 was definitely the best, and KI 2 had its flaws, but if you go back to those games and then try to take mechanics from those games and play it into the new one, it doesn't work. I mean, you don't have the same type of fighting mechanics between those 3 games. You can mash combos ridiculously in this game, whereas even in KI1, it was still like you still had to, do back to forward and then a move, and you were going to get auto double, or you can do a manual. Like doing manuals in those games was a lot harder than what it is in the new one.
I mean, it's funny because I know Chris, you mentioned CVS. I've never played it.
Man, you better get on that right now and download that or something.
CVS, I wish they would bring that game back. That's one game.
We need CVS 3.
Well, even CVS 2. CVS 2 is still a game to this day that if you play CVS 2 right now, it's still the same game, and still competitively is probably the hardest game to play because it had so many different options. Yeah. That's a game that gives you legitimate options across the board to do whatever you want with any character in the game. Almost any character in the game can be good depending on what groove you play. And you actually had to cater to the other person in the other groove.
That was the game, I wasn't like super high level, like I was moderate compared to like Eddie and like all the other guys and stuff, but I still respected it. Like it to me, even though it had its share of BS, I still felt it was a lot more honest compared to the shit that we have now.
Well, that was a game that was a game that didn't allow fuck ups. You couldn't fuck up in that game. If you fucked up, you literally lost. Yeah,
there was no jumping. And if you did, you had to be on point with your anti-airs, or you just got killed. Like guys like Yamazaki and Hibiki and all of them. I mean, they were just strong, and and that led to the whole era of Boss. Back when I did that article and he was talking about the stuff. I mean, guys like him and stuff, and all the other guys who used to play the game, they just made it fun to watch, and I just got a lot more excited seeing that gameplay than most of the time when I would see stuff in Street Fighter 4. You know, I would just like, damn, where's the pillow? And I'm just ready to go to sleep. So it's just nice to see, like I said, that they're trying to do that resurgence back on the next level. You know, shout outs to all of them. But it shouldn't just end and start with them. I would love to see, Wtih actually bring like the games back to his area. I mean, he's got a huge demographic actually out there, so that people that used to play in the scene will probably come back and stuff. You know, I know Watson's trying to do his whole thing at the arcade, but a lot of people haven't had the opportunity to see guys like him play, or see Cole play and stuff, and Cali Sean, a whole bunch of other guys that used to play. If you bring those games back, trust me, a lot of old heads and stuff like Graham Wolf and all those guys would definitely come out and they would play, and then people would just be like, oh man, you know what, now we're not just limited to playing Street Fighter 4, Ultra Edition or Select or whatever. It's like, man, we can go back and play that, and then like I really feel that would make a much higher concentration of players just come out, because then they don't feel like they're alienated, and that's why a lot of cats stopped playing, because they just was not feeling the new games. They should bring them back. I really think that Wtih should just dedicate one day to just saying, you know what, this is the day for retro, and just bring back Alpha, so you can see like the custom combo stuff that he developed and stuff, so people can really appreciate back when him and Choi was playing, and see how they were both adapting on the fly. I mean, that would just be great. Those were just really, really great matches and stuff. And then maybe Eddie will even come back, but it's just like, I just don't want to see those games laid out to pasture and never come back. I'm just so glad to see that Arturo, Spooky, and Min are doing what they're doing next level. And I definitely got to get my ass down to the third one, because third time's a charm. I got to go down there and represent.
Yeah, it was so much fun. I was there for number 2, and it was great. But I mean, a lot of these games, though, I mean, just talking about execution and skill involved in them. I mean, they died because most people physically can't play them anymore. Like,
They died because they didn't go to PAX.
Well, whatever. Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, if you say you take the average gamer, they're on a laggy ass TV on an Xbox controller. They're not going to be able to do a roll cancel on an Xbox pad with like 80 frames of lag. You know what I'm saying? And Street Fighter 4 and Cross Tekken and are built for that, and that's the problem. They're compensating for the fact that people just don't have the gear that they used to have back in the 90s. I mean, What was lag in the 90s? What was frame data in the 90s? We didn't worry about that crap. We just played games.
Maybe talk about X-Band.
We learned the matches. That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
You learned to counter it. You didn't learn to get handed -4s and +2s.
Yeah, I didn't even know what frame data was back then. I didn't care. It was just like, okay, this feels right, this looks right. Instinct kicks in, and that's it. You execute it. And there was no, I missed this. I missed the DP. Unfortunately, I got meter. Let me cancel. Get out of here. You committed, and that was it.
Yeah. See, when I play, like when I was learning ST, and like when people try to ask me, like when I was starting to get like really good in ST, and they're like, oh well, what's the frame data on that? I was like, dude, I'm sorry, man. Look, I couldn't tell you what the frame data was. All I know is, if you do move A, I can counter with move B. That's what it is.
That was
you screw up, I can hit you with this, and that's how it worked. I mean, and I transitioned that over into Street Fighter 4 when I started playing people locally in Street Fighter 4, and I'm using like ST tactics, and they have no idea what the hell to do to it. I'm like, well, I'm sorry.
Or how about this one? You go to GameFAQs and it's like, yo, hit him with this button, and then as fast as you can, just hit this, and it should work. And if you're not doing it right, you're not hitting it fast enough. And that was frame data back then.
I just want to see them go back. They don't have. I'm not expecting a total revisit to the old thing. I just like to see them go back just to make the games a little bit more honest. And the cool thing, unless some of the top players are just blowing smoke about ass. They want to see more honest stuff too, because frankly, when they're playing, granted they still execute, but let's just take Marvel for example. You compare Marvel 3 to Marvel 2, and half the stuff people do in Marvel 3 would never work in Marvel 2. Never. It just would never ever work. And it's because and stuff like just the game design is different. If they just made it just a little bit cleaner and less of the BS mechanics and stuff like that, I honestly feel that a lot more old cats, aside from personal life, would just be like, cool, you know what? I will give this game burn. I will keep playing and stuff like that.
But the problem with that is you're going to lose other people. And that's the way they look at it. Those people that got the simplicity down to a science enjoy it because it's simple. It's funny. I was talking to Mike Watson today. And he might come on a little bit later.
Okay.
But, he was talking about his friend had a Stargate machine in mint shape that they're looking to sell. 99.9% of these motherfuckers in the FGC wouldn't be able to last on that game for more than 5 minutes.
Which game was this?
Stargate.
The old shooter?
Yeah, the sequel to Defender.
Oh, God.
I would totally take that. I would sit down on that machine for probably 3-4 hours, waste a good $20 just playing that. I'd do it.
But yet, back in my day, not me personally, there was. See, that's the thing. In our arcade days, pre-fighting games, there was a guy in the arcade for every game, and he was a master at that specific game. He didn't play. He didn't play Stargate, Robotron, and Frenzy. He played Stargate. Then there was this other guy, Joe. He was the master of Mr. Do. There was this other guy that was the master of fucking Robotron.
It's funny. It's funny that you mentioned Mr. Do because that's the only game that I played. I have a barcade right around the corner from my house. That's the only game I'll sit down and play.
But the funny thing is that it's a game that actually crossed the graphics. Shitty graphics. I mean, the graphics weren't that bad for the time, but graphics versus graphics versus who's this? Graphics versus gameplay. You look at some of the old vectored graphics shit. 3 buttons and guys would be pulling their fucking hair out trying to survive in some of these games. A game like Omega Race, if you go look that one up. A simple game, run around in circles and kill things and pick up fucking little pellets. But you would bash your fucking brain because there was such precision. Or even, the longest I sat on Asteroids in arcade cabinet was about 22 or 23 hours.
Yo, James, I gotta tell you something.
If I wasn't playing Street Fighter, I was playing NBA Jam.
I'll put this out there too. I want somebody to beat me in NBA Jam.
I'll do it.
I'm gonna have to.
Wait. What version of NBA Jam are we playing?
The first one.
The vanilla one, man.
We're playing the one that has the secret All-Star team with Jordan and Peyton.
Yeah,
or are we talking about? Okay.
The very first one.
All right, James. I'll challenge you, and I want that shit on stream. I'll beat you.
Oh damn.
Yo, we gotta play. If we're gonna play, we're either gonna play the Super Nintendo version, or if you want to do some MAME arcade version, I'll do it.
Get through arcade, man.
Expedition next year's final round, man.
Tournament mode, obviously, because I don't want I don't want you to get your comeback factor. I know you got the name comeback. We don't want that comeback bullshit in there because I want to be able to stay on fire for at least 2 halves.
Nah, you won't even get that. I'll make sure of it.
What, are you going to goaltend me every time? You know that trick too?
Look, I know.
He knows the cheat codes for the cabinet, man.
Yo, look, while I know that trick, I ain't gonna use that bullshit. I might goaltend a couple of times. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I'll take care of you.
Well, wait. Why is it bullshit? Don't you just want to make James feel bad for playing? You want to win it any way possible.
I mean, that's the mentality of the new generation.
No. See,
that ain't my mentality.
No, look. I still have a respect factor when I play games. It's probably the reason why I'm not taking first in anything anymore because I respect people too much. but James is my friend. I'm doing this as a friendly thing. I totally will play James. It's the reason why I played the Ninja Turtles. My buddy Robert Hubbs, who was a partner. Mm-hmm. He wanted to do tournament fighters for Ninja Turtles. I told him don't because me and my friend are going to take top 2 and that's going to be really bad. And he's like, no, I want to do it. So we did it. What happens? My buddy comes out from work. I tell him to sign up, and me and him take top 2. It is what it is. Because me and him still to this day will sit down and play that game for 3-4 hours on hand.
Jaron probably would have gave you a run for your money because I know he'd be playing that.
Well, we ban Rat King. We ban the people that are legitimately broken in that game.
Yeah.
But like
There's
Jason
a lot
Cole.
of those, man.
There are. Like, I had to play Jason Cole. I had to take Jason Cole out, which he knows his shit. That was interesting. I ended up losing to Master Chibi, who did some really stupid shit the first time I played him, and then the second time I got around the bullshit. But, like, that was the only person I lost to. Like, I ended up beating a couple of people. It was a small tournament, but, like,
it's still
fun,
Yeah.
that's a game that needs to get played more often.
Someone come see me at Neo Turf Masters right now.
Neo Turf, really?
Yo, yeah.
That's a name drop.
Yo, come on.
I'll tell you what. I'll play you in NBA Rivals. How about that?
Nah. Neo Turf Masters, man. Come on. No. See, that Germany course, like par 3, let's go.
It's the revolution of NBA Jam.
I love it. Dude, I'll do it.
Okay.
There's so many great games, man. We was talking about like Starr Gladiator and Power Stone last week and stuff. I was like, man,
Guys.
Yo, get out of here. Go. God bless the ring.
And Tobao.
Yo, I will challenge
God.
anyone in Battletoads, man.
Yo,
I will beat your fucking high score easily.
last
Yo.
Bronx. Let's go.
Alright.
Urban champion. Yo, you don't want none of this.
Urban champion.
Urban champion.
Bad dudes.
Yo. Versus Double Dragon or just plain bad dudes?
Double Dragon 1, I got you all beat. I could arcade.
Double Dragon again.
Look. The last time I seriously. So I went to Barcade, right? My friend was trying to. He's like, "Yo, it's Double Dragons." I was like, "I can't play the game no more." He's like, "What do you mean you can't play the game?" I was like, "Look, it's a really simple trick that makes the game extremely stupid, extremely simple, and it's not fun anymore." He's like, "Nah, that's bullshit." I was like, "Look, I'll never lose a life. Watch this. Every single enemy that comes up, you do that simple little back elbow, and they can't get up. Game over. You don't even need a weapon in that game." I went through the entire game on 1 quarter and just did that.
Yo, guys, replace dive kick with Bushido blade, and we're in there.
How about we replace dive kick with not talking about dive kick?
Yeah, never bring dive kick up again.
Yes. you just been booted.
You know,
Whatever.
So, James, kick him.
oh, shit.
You guys,
I didn't say that, but
You lost
you guys
more
are-
cool points.
I'd be okay with
man,
it.
I don't want to hear anything about cool points. Get out of here, man. Just go away.
You're done.
Bushido blade was
Nope.
legit. No.
No.
Bushido
Bushido Blade is legit.
Oh,
We're talking about dive
man.
kick. You mentioned dive kick, you can get out of here.
Oh, God. That's just angry. So angry.
Angry? I'm not angry. I just fucking hate dive kick.
See?
So anyway, hold on a second. Hey Virgo, what's up, man?
Can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear.
Okay, I want to make sure because I didn't want to have a incident like last time.
Yeah, when you were talking to yourself the whole night. Why
that's
ain't
what happened.
why ain't these guys fucking answering me?
Why is somebody talking to me?
Is that what happened? He was muted the whole time? God damn.
Yo, yeah, dude, man. Like, it was real funny. Like, he was like, Virgo. And I'm like talking, and I'm like, why you can't hear me? So I'm looking at my options, and I'm like, oh, I didn't turn on my mic like an idiot. So I was talking all this time, like, trying to conversate with you guys, and so happily my mic wasn't turned on.
You couldn't figure out the schism of your mic, right?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen a Peacekeeper in a while.
Don't worry.
Where has
I
old White
think
Knight been
it's-
anyway?
I don't know. Jason of the Dichotomies, where the hell are you? All right. So, all right. Let me start with this. Let me go through each of you, starting with. I think Chris is the oldest. Actually, no. I think Virgo's the oldest.
Yeah, I'm as old as freaking Shin Blanca, man.
Well, I'm 30, so I don't know.
How old are you, Chris? 39.
39.
All right. So we'll start with the oldest. What was the first fighting game you played?
Karate Champ.
That's what's
Karate
up.
Champ.
Who was better, white or red?
Yeah, I always went with red, man.
Nah, I did the white.
I always went with red.
He was
Just
the
because
hero.
I had like red better back then.
He was the hero. The white one was
Yeah.
the hero. I don't know why, but they were still the same fucking guy.
Mm-hmm.
Will.
Oh, Fuck, I'm still thinking about this actually. I can't remember now. Come back to me, skip me.
It was dive kick.
Shut up.
Virgo.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah, it was definitely Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition.
Kyle.
First one for me that I can remember was Mortal Kombat 2.
Mike.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, I don't remember that one.
I think it was Mortal Kombat 1. Yeah, it was Mortal Kombat 1.
Boxing on the 2600. Somebody just said in the chat.
Oh damn! You took it way back.
Goddamn.
Does that count?
Oh,
Does that count? That actually might be it.
I guess that counts. If you would have took it back, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that counts.
Yeah, because like my family, we didn't believe in getting new shit. So like, I had
We
that.
didn't believe in getting new shit. Wait a minute. What the fuck is that supposed to be?
Yo, okay. This is the explanation. Okay, I had a Nintendo in like I was playing Nintendo in 1995 or like 1995 or so, and we got a Super Nintendo in like 96 or so. So like when the 64 came out, we got a Super Nintendo. When the PS2 dropped, I got a PS1, and then 2 years later, I said fuck it and went for a Neo Geo. So I mean, I didn't really like make the best decisions in terms of hardware upgrades. I kind of just, you know. It was like digital Amish country. It was just annoying.
Digital Amish country.
It happened. Okay, I don't want to talk about it. I still have a Neo Geo AES. I just kind of hate myself for that, but it's cool.
It's
Not
cool.
as bad as one of my friend's family.
Shut up,
man.
James.
My friend got his parents. No joke, real talk. His parents took away his NES and gave it back to him on his birthday. Not a new NES. The same old NES as his birthday present.
And this one, you have to blow on the cartridges to make it work.
Wait.
You know, actually, that made your cartridges worse back then.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Go to
And no
Funko
one knew
Land.
it.
Go to Funko Land and buy their
Yeah.
fucking cleaning kit.
No, I don't hear about Funko Land. Funko Land makes me sad. Like the fact that it's gone. That place. was
Funko Land became GameStop, man.
Oh, shut up! Don't stop saying that. Don't say that.
that's exactly what it did, though.
I know.
It did.
No.
I'm telling you because I'm
Stop
so much
saying
here, yo.
I know what happened, but I try
Do you-
to like.
Do you really
deny
know
it.
what happened?
Look, we all understand GameStop sucks. Like we all know.
Yeah.
No, it's not GameStop that sucks. It's the people that
Yo,
work
Funko
there
Land
suck.
EB got bought by GameStop.
It's a mixture of both, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Back when they were all like Babbages.
Yeah, Babbage's was hilarious, man. They were everywhere, but they had nothing.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, like GameStop though, like their course was just fucked up, man. I mean, like, they wanted you to like sell memberships and stuff like that over games, which is hilarious. That Call of Duty like devalues faster than a Cadillac these days. So I mean, your trading value is just hilarious.
It's funny actually. I just put this pickup on the stream. Tell me I don't now. Alex Vi is the uncle to this community. Tell me I don't look like the motherfucking Godfather.
Ah!
Yeah,
Link in the chat, so I
There
can
is no link.
James, you look like you
I
are
don't
like.
see anything on the stream. I just see us.
That's because there's a lag between them.
Yeah, that's the only reason I was saying that message it to me.
Yeah, there's a lag in between. So they'll
You
be
look
up
like you
for.
play guitar in a metal band in this picture. Not like the Godfather.
I'm a Metallica man.
Freaking Lars Ulrich over here.
James Hetfield.
Oh God.
Let's see. Let's do a comparison. You know what? Check this out.
Oh God.
Let's do a comparison to me and James Hetfield.
Everybody doing? Yeah.
The fuck? What is this chat? Why is it happening?
Oh man.
Oh man, yo, hashtag Pax though.
Yeah.
Pax though. Oh man, bro, like quit smoking, bro. What's this picture I see?
Shut the fuck up.
Yo, Uncle James.
Yep. I'm Godfather James. Fuck that.
Nah,
Fucking
dude,
Godfather.
you're Devil James, man.
Devil James.
Yo, Devil James, I'm confused there.
No, you weren't on the stream. You weren't on the stream the one time where he was dressed up like
Oh
the devil.
yeah.
Oh yeah, now I remember that. Where I swore my allegiance to the OBS fucking Jamaican saint.
Yeah.
There you go. Me and James Hetfield side by side. We could
Where?
be on the street.
I don't
We could
see
be
it yet.
brothers.
This is James MK's my brother. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Just singing Master Puppets on fucking stage.
You know what? You guys probably drink enough to where it would make sense. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, except James didn't burn his fucking hand to 3rd degree.
Well,
Give
we
it
don't know
time.
that.
Yeah,
We don't know that.
You don't know what I've done in my mishaps.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
James, where you took the picture?
What's that?
Where did you take the picture?
That's the other thing I was going to get to. Luciano Alicia. I believe that's how he pronounces his last name. I took
Yeah, that sounds.
Oh, my boy Lucky.
Yep. Took the picture of me. I actually wound up meeting up with him in the city. And, he was kind enough to take the picture for me. The guy does great fucking photography. I mean, all the events that you see, I know my boy Chris is here, but I don't know if you guys are competition, but I think it should be a friendly competition.
I respect other photographers.
Yeah, he does a great job. I mean, I've seen a lot of his stuff from Defend the North. Obviously, NEC, Winter Brawl. I mean, he's been doing stuff for a while. Yeah. And he just does great work.
He's a cool guy, and I
he's actually he's my photographer actually.
Soon to be mine.
He's really cool, man.
Oh, you're gonna take my photographer?
I'm not gonna take him. I'm gonna borrow him.
Oh, you're gonna borrow him?
Yes,
I'll return him like a piece of meat, man.
I was gonna say, like, what's his roots? Like, come on now.
Why you gotta go there? Why is it gonna be roots? Can't it be Star Trek?
Of course, the black man.
Because they don't believe in currency in Star Trek. That's why. Get out of here.
They don't what?
They don't believe in currency in Star Trek, you asshole. Come on now.
You don't need currency.
I thought in Star Trek they sold like space rocks and shit.
No, they powered their ship with lithium crystals.
They just get the lithium crystals, and that's it.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
But Lucky is definitely like really solid, really legit. I had the the honor of actually meeting him in person briefly. He actually tried to give me to come to the Mash Fest, man, but that's such a trip. But I told John that because me and him go like way back when he used to play Alpha and everything, that I actually do have to come back down there and stuff and just roll. But I mean, honestly, it's interesting you mentioned competition and stuff because I really don't try to compete with anyone and stuff. I feel that all of us should be able to coexist and work because in the end, the community benefits and obviously the events that we go out there and cover, they all benefit. So I don't really like to get hung up with, you're trying to compete with this guy or this guy doing video or photography. I mean, it's just love and stuff and just to try to have fun. And I mean, if you don't get along with somebody, I mean, it is what it is, man.
It is, yeah.
I want to hold on, all of you. Shut the fuck up. I gotta give Devil May Spy some more fucking ammunition. You guys shut the fuck up, or I'm turning off the fucking stream.
Angry.
I want to add Carlos, who is the singer for Distartica, who actually does the opening song for the OBS show.
Oh, good stuff.
The Rattlehead.
Rattlehead, correct, the Mundo.
Very nice.
So once he picks up, you guys talk amongst yourselves while I tweet some shit out there because I'm running solo today.
No doubt. Yo, Chris, come out to Spring Fest this weekend, man. Just do it.
Do you want me to like drop something over your head, man? I'm flying to Atlanta.
Yo, oh, you're right. Oops, I'm sorry.
Can't you bounce back?
Chris, you going?
Go. He's going to Final Round, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to Final Round too.
Yeah, man, I'm in there, man. I'm flying out Thursday, man. Me and Kyle we just gonna dominate the alpha machines and stuff.
Oh shit.
Yo, James, you come out there.
I already sent a message to Jason Cole because I have that match against Larry. So.
Yeah, yo, just let me. I'm assuming you're gonna do the main ballroom. Just send me a message. I wanna watch that because even though I'm gonna be doing photos, man, I gotta spend some time playing the old games.
Oh no, totally record that shit. I wanted to record it.
So I think Arturo is streaming it anyway.
I think that's the goal.
Yo, I got a question for you guys. If you could see any two people compete against each other in any game, what would be your dream exhibition, and what would it be at first to?
I want to see Larry in.
Hold on, before you answer that, Will, what the hell's your Twitter again.
Oh,
Single mode.
Telepunk
Telepunk?
FYR, but I might change that actually.
Yeah, I got it. Next is Virgo.
What, Dream Match?
No, your Twitter.
Twitter. What is
Oh.
your Twitter handle?
Oh, what's my Twitter handle?
Correcto mundo.
Oh, Virgothewise?
Okay, next is Kyle.
I actually don't have Twitter. I need to.
You fucking
Sorry.
Pennsylvania living out in the fucking Amish neck of the woods. Mikey.
Don't have one.
Mikey fucking anti anything electric.
What?
Yeah, Mikey.
Wait, what?
That
Okay.
logic though.
Fucking still, I know.
Fucking logic though. Oh man.
You like that
Oh my
logic? Meanwhile he's on the show.
Yeah. Well.
Carlos, you there, Carlos?
Yep, I'm here, man. What's up?
What's going on, dude?
Not much, man. Just here, just hanging out.
So I caught the live version of Cybernetic Eye, man.
Oh yeah, you saw. Yeah, I was. It was actually a performance from like 2 weeks ago. So, and the guy actually recorded it, and we actually bought the CD. So it was like, hey, you know what? I'll put the shit online. It sounded pretty cool, so why not?
I also checked out the Facebook page, and I seen some of the pics. You know, you drink entirely too much. There's not one picture. There's not one picture there that I saw where you didn't have a pitcher of beer in your hand.
Hell yeah, dude! I was going apeshit that night, man, because it was a badass show. It was a badass show, man. I was like, they started passing the pictures. They were like, I just want a little bit. Nah, drink the pitcher. Like, fuck it. From there, I just took it, dude. So yeah.
Sorry. Shit. I gotta turn my phone off.
Come on, dude.
That's your
Act
ringtone?
professional, man. What the hell
shut
is
up.
that? What the hell is that?
Black
That
Dynamite.
sounds
Go
like
away.
the Cabana
Yeah, that's
girl,
your patch
man.
ringtone?
Fucking weird.
Yo, you
shit.
know. Cause you know, James had to go start putting stuff up on Twitter, and my phone blew up.
You on that Dixie chick shit, man.
Oh, shut
So
up,
we
man.
got
Here.
Mike Watson can't join us tonight, but he's going to try to get
that's
next week, and he's actually in the chat right now too. So what up, Mike?
What's up, Bobson?
What I really want to
Watson?
talk about is something that I'm planning on doing within the next couple of weeks. I've talked to Carlos, and basically we're going to try something out, and we're going to see how it turns out. But if all works well, basically we're going to hold a concert on the show for one of the episodes where Distartica is actually going to be putting on a set live on the show. And it's going to kind of, I'm trying to turn it into something like, I guess we could call it like a David Letterman band, and actually have the band playing live and streaming it. So it's kind of like, you know, where the FGC's live